Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. It's no longer news that the Osun PDP has been able to capture all the local government chairman position. It took place yesterday despite all the fighting from the national level to the state level, but they still continue. Don't forget that APC opted out, LP opted out, but then it didn't stop them from going on with their election because they got a court order that they should go ahead based on the provision of the Constitution and what came out from the Supreme Court. Bola Tinubu tried to send a message across that he shouldn't hold, but I think that the court is bigger than everyone. So with the court judgment or court order, they went ahead and it was quite an interesting one. Right now, as you can see in the video, the swearing in is taking place. But interestingly, it seems as though everything seems to be diving towards Rivers State, considering the fact that in this particular dispensation, this daring attitude to victory was first started by Fubara, and we're going to give you a little clue on that. Don't forget, today the swearing in is going on, and Osun State Governor Senator Nuruddin Jackson Ademola Adeleke will officially swear in the newly elected local government council chairman as an event that follows the successful ALG election held yesterday. But beyond the ceremony lies a deeper narrative, a clear indication that Governor Similare Fubara political model is setting the pace for governance across Nigeria. It's undeniable that Governor Similare Fubara had become the blueprint for progressive leadership. His innovative approach to governance is now being mirrored by leaders across the country. Governor Adeleke of Abia State was among the first to adopt the winning strategy, and it worked. Now Osun State follows suit with the Governor Adeleke action standing as a fresh reminder or testament to the effectiveness of Similare Fubara's formula. This isn't just coincidence, the wisdom in action, as the scripture says in Luke chapter 21 verse 15, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist." Governor Similare Fubara embodies the wisdom, and it's no surprise that his adversary are left scrambling, unable to match his political brilliance in a time when leadership is under intense scrutiny. Governor Similare Fubara has emerged not just as a leader but as a pacesetter, redefining what effective governance looks like in Nigeria. The ripple effect of his strategy is proof that real leadership speaks louder than any opposition. Indeed, Nigeria is watching and following his lead. This was a little write-up by a staunch supporter of Fubara, and I must say that with the fact that today, which is Sunday, that has never happened in the history of these two states, that on Sunday, they are swearing in their chairman. Don't forget that it was Fubara that started it when he did the election. The next day, 12 o'clock, he swore in the people. But right now, as you can see, Osun said the Uwambe is already on, and everybody seems to be enjoying the victory. The governor of Bauchi State, who is the PDP Governors Forum chairman, is well seated there, as you can see. We can also see Sheyi also marking there, right there, and then Adeleke is also in there, letting them understand that this is how governance ought to look like. And my colleague is in the house. What's your standpoint on this direction? that similarly Fubara has said. Do you think it's a good one for Nigeria, or do you think it's a reminder that Sim Fubara, though a new kid in the game of politics, has come with a wisdom that even very older ones can't gainsay?
In Nigerian palace, we call it Konim and Die, Konim and Burial. Before now, you saw how there was so much breeze everywhere. What's going on? Don't hold the election, don't hold the election. Why? Because they just know that if they hold the election, this is exactly what will happen. And he was wise enough to have followed the blueprint. Don't forget, when you say it's Fubara, Fubara modified the very blueprints of Obaseki. Obaseki in Edo State started this whole stunt, where those who were against him, who were loyalists of Adams Oshomole, he pushed them out of the Edo State Assembly, moved the assembly into the government house, where they would sit in front of him. At the end of the day, he moved all throughout his stay as a governor during that period. He had no issue. There was no opposition anywhere. You know this thing about
government. This kind of stunt.
No, that's why I now said that when it comes to this, this whole thing started small, and then when Fubara saw it, he modified. At this stage, Fubara added, here and there, and now it has come to stay. It's now a model fit for emulation from opposition. If you watch the ruling party, they've been trying so hard to pick all the states that the opposition are holding.
Yeah.
And you have to, strategize. And they know whether you like it or not. You can't just come and give us executive order. That what happened? There's a court order to that effect that Supreme Court said that elections must hold
before 90 days.
Before 90 days. So why are you stopping my own? In APC state, nothing like that happened. It held. Why should a PDP state not hold? It happened in PDP state, and Fubara stood tall, even when it looked as if the government agencies were against him. He said, this election, it will hold. Nothing will stop it. It held. Sunday, sharp. In fact, before they would say who goes there, they held of course, Bala Mohammed, always very preemptive and active, was already there to solidify that in as much as the headship is here, it is now concretized, and that has been it. If Ademola has shown some sort of, say, let me be respecting elders from above, political elders, let me share, by now he would have been ousted out. But this is good news, and if you ask me, unfortunately, it didn't start from them. They had to find a way around, governance, because unfortunately, you can be crying and shouting, it is not good, it is not fair. Train has moved since. So the best thing to do, it is not good. Instead of shouting it's not good, you should be looking for strategy so that all of us will meet there.
Exactly, that's the most important thing.
The most important thing is the victory. When you're able to get it, we can settle it in court. And when we get to court, we will not say, according to Supreme Court order, are you people not the one that said we should do it for 90 days? We have held it. And that's good. That's the beauty of opposition. But if you ask me, is it the right thing to do?
Of course.
What?
For me, I think that's the right thing because the court has given that.
It is the right thing to do because of the situation right now. On a very nice day, all of them also now LP living and APC living, they must have seen some things that, when you look too much, you will see ghosts. In Nigerian politics, when you look too much, you will see ghosts. Maybe those guys have seen ghosts. And they just discovered that even if we go into this election, we are going to lose.
No, why I like this is because there had been a court order, not like the Congress that took place yesterday, where Wike will flout, court orders and,
but he had the federal court order backing him.
Federal court order, but that one came out first and this one came out second. And, for me, I don't think that it was ideal. The same thing also happened in Northeast. Despite the court order, they still went ahead with the Congress. So already, I think what Osun State was trying to protect is this issue of one-party system. I think the move here, based on what I have seen thus far, is to frustrate the other political parties in such a way that you don't have any option than to, port to the APC so that we can have one-party system. And that's not good enough for leadership in a country as big as Nigeria with this level of population, whereby one party will be telling us everything to do. I'd like to leave it there. Let's meet our conversation.